This morning, I would like to express my opinion on responsibility. There are some people in our lives who come in with all kinds of stuff and they don't want to be responsible for their own stuff, so they put it on you. It's one thing to take care of a child, it's one thing to feel like you want to nurture a youngster and help them to become everything that they can be. But when that youngster is a 30 something or 40 something year old man or a 40 something or 50 something year old woman, it gets frustrating. You want to do the right thing. You want to help them be all that they can be. This is me. This is how I work. This is what I do on a day to day basis. But sometimes people are so dependent on others to do the work for them. They refuse to do it themselves. And then when the time comes for you to try to make them responsible for what they should have been doing for themselves, they don't take it so good. I have been working as a counselor now for 3, almost 4 years. And I must tell you that as long as I'm patting them on the back, as long as I'm fluffing them up, as long as I'm encouraging, as long as I'm motivating, as long as I'm pushing them to be what they want to be and telling them they can do it, telling them there's nothing holding you back, telling them that they have the courage and the strength to do everything they are meant to do. They are right there with me. They are 100%. Thank you, Kathleen. I love Kathleen. Ooh, she's the best thing ever. She's absolutely fabulous. I don't know what I would do without her. But, hon, let me make the mistake of telling them that it's time for them to start doing things that they are supposed to do on their own and being responsible for the promises that they make and the commitments that they've made, not just to me, but to other people. Uh-oh, we got a problem. All of a sudden, the people that I was doing everything for, the people that I was helping and pushing and motivating and inspiring and looking past the problem and seeing to the solution in them. When I turn the switch to the ignition of it's your turn to do your part so that you can grow up and so that you can be a responsible adult, especially if you're 30 something, 40 something, or 50 something years old. It's time to do the right thing. It's time to own up to your responsibility. It's time to stop putting the pressure of your problems, of your financial obligations, and of your crisis on somebody else. It's time to stop blaming the people that pick on you because you don't do what you're supposed to do, or calling people jealous because they don't like the way you push yourself into their lives and expect them to continue to worship you and spoil you and do everything for you. There comes a time in everyone's life where they need to realize their responsibility. And they can't just realize that responsibility and try to push it off on somebody else. You have got to own up to it. And you have got to realize that if you aren't responsible, if you are not capable of picking up whatever it is and putting it in the place that it belongs in, then you're going to be a failure for the rest of your life. Always looking for somebody to pick up the pieces, always looking for somebody to coddle you, to comfort you, to spoil you, and to do everything for you. You can't grow up in that kind of life and atmosphere. You can't be responsible. You can't be the kind of person that other people depend on because you are so dependent on other people. So, just like in that movie that I like to talk about so much, Groundhog Day, you're going to go through the same crisis. You're going to go through the same emotional conflict. You're going to go through the same. People are picking on me. People are jealous of me. People are being mean to me. You're going to go through that over and over and over again until finally, one day, you realize that you have got to start taking responsibility for yourself, for your own actions, for what is happening in your life. You need to take care of it, honey. You need to take care of your bills. Hey, just because I'm having a crisis, just because I'm having a problem, maybe I got a cold, or maybe I'm having a friend died, or maybe I'm upset because of an argument, or whatever. Just because I'm having a crisis doesn't mean I don't have to pay my bills. And you can only put people off so much before they start to get weary of you. And before they start to think this is not a dependable person and I will never do business with them again. That's why so many people have such bad credit scores and bad reports on their credit reports because they feel like they don't have to pay people back. Just because I don't feel good one day doesn't mean I don't have to get my butt together to pay my bills. If I don't pay my bills, I'll lose everything I have. I have to be responsible for myself, and you do too. Responsibility isn't something that's fun. It's not like going to the movies. It's not like picking out an ice cream to eat or frozen yogurt concoction. It's not like going for a walk in the park. It's not like being in a parade and having everybody wave at you and give you their attention. Being responsible is a very big part of a successful life. And if you want to be successful, then you have to be responsible. And you have to do the things that I know not everybody likes to do. But you have to follow through on commitments. You have to keep your word. You have to keep your promises. And you have to do the things that may not be comfortable for you to do. But if you don't do them, they won't get done. In the long run, your life will continue to be a mess. And you will continue to run around and round and round in circles like a chicken which just lost their head. You won't find what you're looking for. and you won't have the peace and the joy in life that you deserve. So be responsible and stop putting the blame on everyone else. Take responsibility for your life and learn to do what you alone are supposed to do and can do.